Hey there everybody, it's Chris Westfall, National Elevator Pitch Champion, with some quick tips on how to create fantastic looking video on your website. But first of all, a quick question for you. Do you have video on your website? If you don't, you're missing out on a wonderful opportunity that your customers and clients expect. You know, people want to get to know you. They want to know the real person behind the transaction. And video is a great way for you to tell your story and be telling your story even when you're at a networking meeting or going to church or sleeping. You know, video is always on, and it's a chance for you to express yourself in a way that's authentic and, if you know what you're doing, quite compelling. So in this video, what we'll do is we'll go from no video to helping you to know how to make great video. I've been fortunate in my career to work in broadcasting for some of the largest companies in the world. And I have a video production business that I work with a number of different clients. Now, I've chosen to go very low tech here with a simple message to help you to feel confident about your ability to put together a video, even if it's a video on a budget. So let's get right into it and start talking about how you can know video more intimately and more thoroughly, more deeply, by understanding why people don't put video on their website. And let me share these 3 reasons with you and see if you don't agree. We'll go through the 3 reasons why not. Then we'll talk about the solution, how you can overcome those 3 reasons through 5 steps. And that's the title of the video, right? 5 steps to creating great video. So, why don't people have video? The number 1 reason that people don't have video on their website is they're afraid of looking foolish. People don't want to put videos online related to their business that might give off the wrong impression. Now, certainly if you watch YouTube and you see all the bazillions of videos that are on there, you realize that there are a lot of people out there in the world that have no shame whatsoever. But for you and for your business, and particularly for your message, you want to make sure that you're able to do something that doesn't make you look foolish. So, in the time that we have together, I'll show you how to do that and how you can put your best foot forward to make that great first impression that we all want to do via video. The second reason that people do not have video on their website is cost. Cost. People are afraid that creating quality video costs an arm and a leg. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Now, you do have to make an investment in some equipment so that you have the ability to capture video, but it's really not necessary for you to spend a ton of money, and I'll tell you more about that in just a second. But the number 3 reason after the fear of looking foolish and the cost, the number 3 reason that people don't have video on their website is they don't know their story. In other words, if you're going to fire up the video camera, what is it that you're going to say? And I'll help you with some advice on that as well. So, if you're interested in creating video on your website, here are the 5 things that you need to do, the 5 areas that you need to look at so that you can create a powerful and compelling message that tells your story no matter where you are, your story that's online 24 hours a day and speaking to the community on the World Wide Web. The number 1 thing that you need to do, and you can see it here again using my low-tech tools, this is actually, you know, when I drew this, I was like, is this a refrigerator with one eye? What is this supposed to be? No, it's actually a flip camera. Here's what I was trying to draw. I was trying to draw this little flip camera here. And what I'm going to do for the sake of the video is I'm going to turn this on, and I turn it on and I turn it off. But I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to show it to you here so that you can see, and I'm holding it at arm's length. And now in the editing process, I've switched over, and so I'm using the video feed from the flip camera. So what this means is that this flip camera, which is at arm's length, is capturing the video and the audio of me. Now we go back to the main camera through editing, and I want to share with you a couple of things about this flip video camera. First of all, this camera, I got this for maybe $50, and Flip, it's a Cisco product. They aren't making them anymore, but you can find them out there online. And once you capture your video, it has a USB stick, so it couldn't be easier to upload your video. I have another flip camera, or I call it a flip type camera. This is the Kodak camera that I use, and it's the ZI-8 is what this is called. And this is even more sophisticated than the flip camera. It's a little bit more expensive as well, but it's something about the size of a cell phone that you can use to capture high quality video, and this will do high definition video. I love this camera for a number of different reasons, and by the way, there's no affiliate marketing or anything like that. I'm not getting anything from Kodak, although if you want to, call me. But it's just a good product, and it's something that you need to know about. Like the flip camera, it also has a USB so that you can go right into your PC or your Mac and download your videos. And it's very easy to use. Where the flip camera is completely self-contained, the Kodak is a little bit more sophisticated, if I can get it out here, and it takes a memory card. So you can pull the memory card out, put it right into your PC or Mac, and download your videos. So it's a real easy way to capture high quality video. And if you choose to use a microphone, and as you can see here, I am using a microphone for this, it's got a microphone in. And that's something that's really important to be able to capture good sound. I'll talk about that in a second. So that's a way that you can capture great video, and you don't have to spend a fortune on cameras. I mean, even this little digital camera for still pictures is capable of shooting pretty good videos. The quality of the video is important, obviously, but it's not necessary for you to invest thousands of dollars in a good camera if, and especially if, you include these other component parts. Number two, you've got to think about your lighting. You've got to think about your lighting. You know, it's lights, camera, action, right? Actually, I started with camera, now I'm on lights. I'll get to action in a second. Lighting. Lighting for your video. Let me tell you a quick and easy way to get the lighting right. Take your story outside. Use the natural light that's out there, the natural sunlight, and find a place that's under some sort of awning or roof. An outdoor room, if you will, or maybe an awning like that you have. I have a porch out in front of my house, for example, that's terrific. It's covered. If I go out there during daylight hours, I've got great light, but because it's covered, there's no harsh shadows. And it's always best to do videos in the early morning hours or in the evening hours so that the shadows aren't coming from the sun directly overhead, which can be quite a harsh look. But by taking your story outside and using a simple but effective camera, you can make yourself look your absolute best. And you don't have to spend a fortune, you don't have to hire a film crew. So the camera and the lighting is key, and take your story outside. There's another component part of the story, and of course that is the sound. This little microphone drawing that I've got here, it represents the sound. And as I mentioned before, with the flip video camera, you can go in with a microphone, but as we've seen before, the sound quality on these cameras is pretty good, especially if you set it up 5-6 feet away from yourself. You really don't have to worry about sound quality. So again, by using a decent camera, thinking about the lighting, and being considerate of the sound, you can get a pretty good start on overcoming your fear of feeling foolish. Now granted, you've only got the material that you've got to work with, the material that God gave you when you get in front of the camera, and they say that the camera never lies, but that's what's so great about you being authentic about your story. And that's what people are looking for, because whether you're trying to pitch a product, a service, or an idea, people want to know you. Transactions happen through people, and that personal connection is something that I'm very passionate about. So, continuing on and helping you to make that connection via video, the fourth thing that you can do, and I've just written mirror, mirror here, the fourth thing that you can do is to practice, is to take the time and be willing to hold your video camera out there at arm's length and tell your story, or put it on a stand. And in fact, here's a good one right here. This is called a Gorilla Grip stand, and you can load your camera right onto it. And this cost about $15, $17 online, something like that. And I don't know if I mentioned, but this ZI-8 that I bought, retail on this about $300, $350 online. I found this one, it's a refurbished one, for about $150. But by putting it on a stand and then setting it on a table, you can press the button right here and record yourself. Now I know it takes courage to go in front of the camera. It takes even more courage, and you might even say bravery, to watch yourself. But if you don't watch game films, right, you don't know what you're going to be up against. You don't know what the tics and gestures and speaking patterns are that might be a challenge for you and for your viewer. So by getting your message in front of the camera and then taking the time to watch it, it's the best way to rehearse and the best way to get your message out there. So, just to review, thinking about the camera, the lights, the sound, and then being willing to rehearse. You've got 4 of the 5 steps. And then finally, the 5th step, to make sure that you don't look foolish, you understand what the costs are, is making sure that you've got your story straight. You know, for a lot of folks, when they think about marketing excellence, they just think about marketing, right? They just think about broadcasting the message out there. But really, Excellence is about your story, and if you're looking for a way to differentiate yourself, you've got to have your story down. There's nothing more effective than a short elevator pitch on your website that's videotaped that allows you to convey your message. And if you're looking for ways to put your message together, I want to invite you to take a look at my website, thenewelevatorpitch.com. It's dedicated to my new book that focuses on creating a message that is concise, that is authentic, and that is compelling. As the National Elevator Pitch Champion, I am passionate about helping people to tell their story and giving people a way to reach others, whether they're other customers, other potential donors for their social causes, whatever the case may be, but to reach others with your message. My name is Chris Westfall, and I want to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. And remember that video, like all conversations, is about creating that connection. And when you make a real connection, you can make a real difference. Thanks for watching.